Hello, hello. Good afternoon. My name is David Navarro, and I want to welcome you to my Ask Me Anything about the TN2 visa, which is very affordable, is compliant with US law, and helps you to be able to scale your company with fulfilling your IT needs. There's also visas for engineers, but today's presentation is solely focused on the IT visa, which is Computer Systems Analyst. The agenda is very short. It's only three or four charts, and then we'll open up for questions. Right now, we're streaming live on different social media channels, and I'll speak a little bit about who we are, what I've been doing, and then the differences and why most people don't want to do the sponsorship for the TN2 visa, which is usually because of they're scared because of the H1B. How do we work with the companies? What are some of the advantages and risks? And then I will open it up for questions. AGR, we're celebrating 10 years working since 2015. And since the beginning, my focus was on helping companies with their IT needs and helping them find talent. Basically, we're a boutique company. We pay a lot of attention on the customer needs and provide the talent that will fulfill those needs and fit the culture. This is very important because right now, with with the IT needs and IT talent rotating constantly, especially for projects, we provide a very stable solution. Here's a main comparison between the TN2 visa and the H1B visa. Most companies and executives are familiar with the H1B visa, and they don't want to use it for three reasons. I'm not going to read it. We'll put the charts so you can download them. But basically, it's very expensive, $12,000 to $15,000. It's complicated. It requires the assistance of a lawyer to ensure that the paperwork is filled correctly. And then it's a lottery. So it's a gamble. You don't know if you're going to be able to get it after you go through the process and pay the fee. So with the TN2 visa, which is specifically designed for Mexican nationals to work in the US, it's fast. From the beginning of the application to the receipt of the visa, it can be 2 to 3 months. Because AGR is already ahead of the game and have requested the visa for several other consultants, we have already a group of people ready to start. Depending on your needs, we can fulfill it within a week if we already have it in our staff, in our bench. But basically, it is fast. It is very economical because the application costs $170. The 4-year visa costs $400. So you're looking at about $600, the total cost of the application, and it doesn't require a lawyer. And also, if the candidates fill all the requirements, it's very likely that it will be accepted. And out of the close to 100 candidates that I work with, only 2 have been denied. And they have been denied because there's usually some issue. In one of the candidates, he had worked with another Social Security, and they found out, and they denied the visa. And another guy overstayed. He's staying in the United States, and they questioned him, and he basically told them that he was working remotely for a Mexican company, and he had stayed 4 months above his I-94, and that's why the visa was rejected. So the TN2 visa in general is very it's a simple process, not as complicated as the H1B visa, and it has a 99.99% approval rate. How does AGR work? Like I mentioned, we already have consultants on the bench, and we can provide those very quickly. They will be working as a W-2 for us, and as a consultant on site or remote for you guys. Also, if it is going to be remote and it's okay for you to use resources abroad, near shore, then the cost goes down drastically. And for near shore resources, we can have someone working in 2, 3 days. And as I mentioned, the consultant will be working for us directly. We support the visa, and then if the client wants to transfer the visa, that is also possible. And some of the most frequently asked questions is, would you have a chance to interview the candidates? Of course. And if we don't have it, then we can help you to go through the process to bring someone that meets your exact requirements. So what do you gain and what's the risk? Basically, the salary range, the bill rate range will be from $55 to $90 per hour. That's depending on the skills, depending on the years of experience and the location. If it is remote, obviously it will be a lot less. If it is on site for locations like New York or California, we're asking for $80 to $90 an hour. And then what happens if the project ends? A lot of companies fear the risk of like a lawsuit or the employee threatening them. It's I'm or AGR is the company that has sponsored the visa, so there is no exposure on their end. And the TN2 visa is a project-based visa, so it can end whenever the project ends, and it doesn't require a certain amount of time. We usually recommend a week to 2 weeks notice to let the consultant know that the project is going to end. Usually we work with consultants that have more than 5 years of experience. The average is 7 to 10 years for most of our positions. And then basically there are no risks on your end because the employee is part of AGR as we hold the visa. So now I'd like to open it up for questions. I don't know if I think we're right now live on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, I believe. So if there are any questions, please let me know. And also, if you're interested, we will post this in our profile, my profile, and the AGR, Agile Global Resources profile, so you can download this basic information. We also have the 10 most frequently asked questions available for you. And I believe there are no questions. So we're going to continue to do the Ask Me Anything related to the TN2 visa every 2 weeks. So if you missed this opportunity, then I'll see you in a couple of weeks in the middle of August. This is David Navarro thanking you, and I hope to see you in the next one.